Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to rounds 13 and 14 of season 13 for the FTRL lads. As you can see, we are just in the pre-race lobby for Mexico. We'll be running Mexico for the first race and Germany for the second race, so a good couple of tracks tonight with a nice different selection of corners. Got the long straights and the nice flowing sections of the tracks. I am again joined by Pagani. How you doing, mate?
I'm melting currently, so.
Well, that's not very good, is it? It is a bit warm out tonight, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, apologies for hearing it. I've got my window open, so anything can happen.
Yeah. It is what it is, not to worry about. I mean, I had fireworks last week, so I don't think it can get any worse than that, like. So it's getting close to the business end of the season, and we have, I believe we're drawing on the championship so far. I believe it's Zumpy and Panda, 1 and 2, and about 174 points, if I can remember right. So it's looking fairly close in the championship, as the top two seem to be level on points.
However, I happen to know that Panda has just got himself a job, so he might miss a couple of races towards the end of the season.
So he's definitely going to have to get in some good results if he wants to get that gap to basically mitigate any losses if he has to miss a race. So things are getting a little bit busy for Panda, and it could end up working out a little bit better for Zumpy or whoever it is that decides they want to step into that championship battle. So it should be good. I think we're just waiting an extra couple minutes, because it is just past 8 o'clock by 1 or 2 minutes. Oh no, okay. Once Podium's literally just sent a message telling everyone to ready up.
I think they're waiting for Katniss to get in his car.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He just sat there. I think he was looking out the window or something. But,
yeah, he is on a different account tonight because Cat is and he just can't remember his email apparently, so well done to Cat.
Right.
So okay, he's not on the FTRL Cat, he's just on the Cat one. I just thought I'd point that out as we're about to load in for our one-shot qualifying.
Well, Mexico, it's not a track that you see very often in league racing. It's not one of the more difficult tracks, but it is very easy to get penalties at.
Yeah, it's that middle sector. It's very easy to just turn in too early, especially with how high speed it is. You can just get all four tyres either over the inside or on the outside and pick up a penalty. I mean, yeah, I've got that massive start-finish straight, which obviously lends itself to a lot of opportunities to get a move done with the DRS and the overtake on your ERS. So I'm expecting to see a lot of fighting and defending around turn 1. Seems like that'll be one of the most prioritised corners for overtakes.
I used to always like Mexico because I used to always make up 4 or 5 places off the grid. The joys of starting last, I suppose, at every race. But
yeah, it is that rundown's very long, so you're just in the slipstream, so you can gain a good few positions. So if you get a bad quality, it's not the end of the world. You can be 5 places up by turn 1.
Well, at least it's dry for qualifying for the boys. I mean, we've seen some mixed conditions lately. So.
Hopefully you haven't jinxed them into a wet race.
I mean, I'm hoping I have. But
I'm not surprised.
Well, who's got the quickest car in a straight line? We'll find out now. As Nexus Cats has jumped from the bottom to P2 down the straight.
We've currently got Brutus who's leading into turn 1. That's now Lennon. Let's swing them back and forwards with them, but I think Zumpy's
Lennon missed his breaking point into turn 1, hence why he jumped everybody.
Yeah, I can tell. He went up to first and he's right back down to 8th. So not the best start for Lennon. I think, that's Lennon's, yeah, he's messed up his qualifying.
He does that a lot.
Yeah, it'll be his race next that he's going to mess up. But Zumpy seems to be consistently in front of everyone as Matt retires, so both Red Bulls are gone from quali.
Well, Red Bull starting from the back. They do tend to go fairly well from the back in real life, so
They'll be hoping to try and recreate the real life and get a good start, get those positions back. But after all, we have got Lennon, so we'll see.
yeah. Well, our top two in the championship look like they've claimed the front row. They have indeed.
2 tenths between Zumpy on pole with Panda in P2. So both championship rivals fairly close on the qualifying time. As Zumpy taking pole, but in my opinion it's not exactly the best spot to be qualifying in. It does leave you under a lot of threat for everyone behind you who's going to get that slipstream, which of course he won't have. So
well,
it's going to be an interesting
in the
one.
chat asking him not to jinx it. So
You know, Lee's tempting fate at this point, I'm just going to be honest with you. I think it's at a point where he wants me to jinx him.
well, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to watch Catmix because he usually makes a fairly good start, and if you make a good start in Mexico, you've got a very long straight to capitalise on it. So
Cat'll be definitely one of the drivers to keep our eye on. As you did point out, he has a history of good starts, so we'll see what he can do into turn 1.
yeah, unfortunately Mike would have been racing, but his PlayStation fan is louder than yours is normally. So
Oh, that's I didn't know he was challenging me tonight.
so yeah, no, he was in a party yesterday and it just turned itself off. So it's obviously not enjoying this hot weather we're having. So.
Probably a good idea, Mike, is get inside the PlayStation. We've got a little bit of a dust build up in the fan. I mean, I just got it an earbud, folded it in half, and I got a load of dust out. So it's me being a DIY genius. But we are going on for the formation lap as everyone's car loads in. Get all our data back up.
But unfortunately for Ross, he was looking quite good in qualifying in P2, P3 for most of the lap, but he must have disqualified in that last second because he's starting P13.
So we have Zumpwa on pole position in the Haas with his championship rival Panda very close behind him. He was less than 2 tenths behind him in quali, as they're all getting a little bit of a weave on for tyre temperature. We've got Katamise in P3, the breathing tornado. He's in P3 and he usually has good starts, so we will see how that can help him out tonight. See if it will give him a potential lead into turn 1. We've also got FTRL switchback showing some good pace for once. He's in P4 and I think if a particular person's watching right now, they probably won't be too happy with him being there. You've got onto the podium in P5 with Brutus splitting both of those Ferraris in P6. We've got Donzo in P7. But next is Kat in P8. Not the best of qualifyings. I mean, he has been quite up near the top, fighting for podiums in a few races this season, so we'll see if he can do anything about that in tonight's race. We've got Likol backing everybody up as usual. I don't think that's anything to be surprised about. With Agent Panda doing well to get himself up into the top 10. He's currently 10th in the McLaren, with AJ behind him. That is the second Haas driver. Just behind the top 10, he will have the option of the fresh tyres, so he's going to have a fresh set of softs. We've got Guicarp in P12 with Ross in P13 invalidating his lap in the final sector, I believe. And then an unfortunate qualifying for Lennon and Matt. They both didn't finish their laps. They are on the back row of the grid.
Well, Lennon's our only driver starting on the medium tyre. Everyone else is on the soft.
He is. I've got the gain taken almighty Lennon off me, so we get that back up. And yes, Lennon is the only one on the soft. The 5 red lights are out, and away we go.
Zumpy's had a fantastic start.
Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't look like Katz has really managed to capitalise on the usual starts he has. He's not really gained the position just yet. So he's looking for the inside of 1. but not quite. Zumpy hits the brakes later, holds it round the outside, so Zumpy retains his lead. We got onto the podium on the outside, the switchback.
Might be late.
Oh, it was close to a bit of contact there with one of the McLarens, and I believe that was a Haas trying to rejoin the track. Had to go a little bit wide. As
Lee's got front wing damage.
I didn't say anything, so Lee can't really blame me. So I'm safe for once. But Zumpy's getting away from Cat. It's about 9/10 already, and they've not even finished the second sector. He's got that to a second, so a good opening show of pace from Zumpy. He's got him up into P1, and well, I'd say he's got him up. He's still in P1, and he's running away so far. He's got 1.1 seconds. He's already out of DRS, and he's only in standard DRS. But Panda, I must say, is all over the back of Katmies. He's trying to put that pressure on as soon as possible. So he could be part of the reason that Zumpy's gained 1.2 seconds in the opening lap. So that's approaching 1.3.
Is Lennon who's jumping up to P9 off the line. So started 14, now into P9.
A good start for Lennon. He'll be happy about that. He's managing to get through whatever collisions there might have been.
Side with Katmies through the first sector. Allow Brutal to get on the outside.
It's looking like... Okay, so Katmies is still in front, and now this has allowed Brutus to get right to the back of Panda. He's looking for the inside of turn 4. You see, it's a tiny bit of contact with Panda there. He's onto the podium, just trying to tempt fate to get his way around the outside, but he can't quite get the move done. So that is Panda losing a position for trying to gain a position on Katmies, so he won't be happy with that. It's another minor setback to his race, and it just allows Zumpy to increase that gap. He's doubled the gap he opened on the first lap. He's at 2.6 seconds.
So Zumpy is running away.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job of capitalising. That's Matt. If I'm guessing correctly, it's probably getting up on the curb on the exit of the second sector.
Megatron Lashat is running very deep coming to the last sector and he's clipped the wheel on the wall.
So is that Ross with damage? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he's popping in bits as he wipes out two lads.
I mean, that's probably what he was shouting to himself coming a bit there. Bollards!
There's usually a lot of shouting when it comes to Ross.
We now have a sort of 4-car trim with Brutus at the head of this trim.
So we are on lap 3, and that is going to have DRS activated, so Brutus really needs to keep within that second gap that he's got to Katmies so far. Because if he doesn't, he's going to have to be defended with DRS, and he won't have that DRS to help him out. As he has got about another 4 to 5 cars stuck behind him.
Lee has managed to overtake a car. Unfortunately for him, it was his teammate who wasn't a bit.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Lee at the moment. I mean, where he is now, it does lend himself the opportunity to get a high grid start for the second race. So we do have a reverse grid, so Lee could get a good starting position if he finished where he is now. I mean, he is 25 seconds behind Greek Hop, and we have got 15 laps to go. He has indeed. That's not gonna. It's not gonna help as he's got Donzo not too far behind him.
Brutus has just clawed. He's stayed in that DRS zone, but there's a train all the way down to Donzo now.
He closed up quite a bit of Katmies on that start-finish straight, so that's a good defence, and it's not allowed Panda to close up too much. So could we have Brutus trying to forge away past Katmies into turn 4? I think he's probably a little too far behind. So yeah, so Panda gets quite close under brakes. But I say that, he set the fastest sector 1.
Lennon picked another one up. He just got past Nexus Cats down the straight. He's up to P8 now.
Good opening laps for him. This train, so we're going to allow Lennon to get up to the back of Donzo. So that'll be another opportunity to get past another car. So Panda still pretty much tucked up to the back of Brutus. I mean, it's going to be tight between the three of them. I'm expecting a 3-wide moment for turn 1 if Brutus isn't already fully ahead of Katmies before turn 1.
I mean, it could be 4-wide without the podium coming as well. He's not. He's right in the back Panda.
Yeah, he's getting very close to the back of him, and we all know he doesn't pull any punches. He is notoriously known for being a boss. We'll go on board with Catamese. It looks like Brutus is getting around the outside of one, not much Panda can do. So there's Brutus, man, there's a good move around the outside of turn 1. I don't know if this will let Cat have DRS up to 4. No, Brutus still has DRS. So there's not much he can do. So I'm not expecting... Oh, Cat's trying it down the inside. That was a half-committed attempt for a move. So Cat's just having a little look. Yeah, my anxiety sparked up a little bit when I saw a Cat move to the left. That's great with a 3-second penalty. We've got Lennon on his 7/10 from the back of Donzo. He is on a fresher tyre. He is on the medium. So I'm expecting around this stage of the race he'll be having more grip. So he'll be looking to get a move done soon. I mean, Donzo isn't in the DRS of anybody.
I don't know if Donzo had a wiggle, but he dropped out of that DRS. It's very close. It's literally 1 second and 1,000. So
he's getting tight. We've got Panda right up the back of Catamuse now. So he's looking like Cat's biggest threat so far. I think they both have DRS, and it doesn't look like Panda's making an awful lot of inroads on the straight, but I thought he would. So it's all going to be single file into turn 1.
Well, Brutus has used all of his ERS.
Cat's trying to figure out some way through in the first 3 corners. I think he's having to pretty much ride over the curb at one point.
Alpha Male side by side. Cat's on the outside, in the inside. Brutus going for the switchback. There's contact.
Yeah, Brutus giving a little
move intact.
Oh, Cat goes. I thought Brutus was going to try the outside then for 8. Oh, it's very close running through the second sector now.
All the battle and Zumpy's now got near enough an 8-second lead after 6 laps.
7.8 seconds, so Zumpy having a fairly stress-free race. I think all this battling's definitely helping him out, I think.
In the background, Lennon's got past Donzo and is now on the back of this train on a medium tyre.
He is, so it'll be looking... It's looking good for Lennon. I mean, with all this, the lads on the softer tyre, obviously that usually has more grip, they're not allowed to pull away as much.
Brutus is gone!
So is Cat involved in that? I just saw Brutus sideways in the barrier.
I just saw him very wide coming out of the last corner, but he was off the track completely. I don't know if it was contact or... Yeah. Not where you want to make him up the shirt.
I was checking Panda and onto the podium, pop into the pits, and I just saw an Alfa Romeo with his nose looking at me. So I got fairly concerned for a minute. So it's unfortunate for Brutus going to have to carry on another lap with a fairly damaged front wing.
Well, I don't know if Switchback had the lift or whether Lennon's got past, but Lennon's up to P3 now with on the podium and Panda pit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. Obviously with Switchback he's going to be very close to it. The grid was all very packed up when it happened, so...
Switchback needs to pit, his tyres are gone.
What happened with him? Did he go sideways?
Just got on board with him through the fast air section and yeah, he did very well not to spin the car. The rear end let go, it was about to overtake the front, but nicely.
They have done nearly half the race on this set of soft tyres, and you can tell he's not feeling too confident. Tiny touches of gas before he doesn't feel too confident to stick his foot on. We've got Cat in the pits and Lennon 2. This is promoted Zumpy 2, sorry. This has promoted Lennon up into P1. So it's all looking good for him so far. He'll be stretching those set of mediums out an extra couple of laps. I'm expecting maybe to lap 11, lap 12.
Agent Panda comes in. I saw him have a massive slide to the S section, which he managed to catch, so all 4 wheels are still on that McLaren.
Panda and onto the podium have got the undercut on Cat. So that's Catamese down 2 positions. So he's going to have to get in some leg work if he wants to recover that time that he lost.
I want to keep an eye on Donzo and Nexus Cat through his S section. Or if you take my and AJ, they've all taken these softs longer than anyone else.
Yeah, it's quick change of direction, so I'm expecting the tyres might reach the breaking point. I mean, Donzo's having some fairly big lifts through the S section, so you can tell that those soft tyres are definitely not liking the punishment they're being put through so far.
Donzo's also got the fuel light on already.
Yeah, he does. He's got some fuel management to do. So he's running low on gas. So we'll see if he pits in, which he is. Nexus Cat's also following him in as Ross gets a 3-second penalty.
Lennon picked up the penalty through the S section that lap, so AJ is carrying on the soft tyre.
So AJ is in P3 on an 8-lap old set of softs. He's the only person still left on the soft tyre. So I'm not quite sure on what strategy he is running, but he is being very risky with it for running the soft tyre as long as he is. We've got Panda all over the back of him, and he's around the outside. He's now up into P3.
Panda didn't have DRS, but he managed to gain 6/10 down the straight. That was just the difference in corner exit coming off the last corner.
It just shows the lack of grip that soft tyre now has, and how important it is for AJ to get himself into the pits as soon as he can, because the more corners he's doing, the more wear on the tyre and the higher the risk of him spinning the car. And he is looking fairly wobbly through the S section, so I was questioning whether I jinxed him for a moment. Oh, gonna have another angry driver. Yep, Lennon's ran 9 laps on his tyre. He's going to put on a set of softs. We'll see where this puts him out on the grid. Of course, Panda's going to get back in front of him. That's a given. And onto the podium, and Cat, I believe they probably will. Yeah, they're through. So let's see about switchback. The switchback's too far to even think about getting a move. So this is all working out well for Lennon. He's up into P5 from, I believe, was a P14 start.
Yeah, he's at P14 on the grid, so he's made up 9 places so far.
A good drive from Lennon, especially on a race where he is standing in. So it's definitely a good job
onto
from
the podium, and Catmy's going side by side.
They are.
Oh, onto the podium.
That's on, yeah.
At a half spin.
That's onto the podium. Lennon's in the barrier.
Trying to get up the inside of Catmy's. Little bit of contact.
Lennon's definitely tempting fate right now. After just seeing a bit of an incident, he's getting his nose in. Lennon making his way around the outside of what I believe is turn 9. So a good little move for him with the fresher tyre and the softer tyre.
Onto the podium, he's got a little bit of front wing damage after that incident, so I want to guess he can try and get back to the pits.
Yeah, he's having to let some drivers through in the S section. He's just got no grip at all. I say no grip, he's just got no downforce. He's just missing both those end plates on his front wing, so unfortunate for him. It's a lot of time and positions lost. Lennon's
pushed as much as he could, but Catmy's got a 3-second penalty trying to keep up with him, but he's managed to stay at DRS.
You know, Lennon's 1.2 seconds ahead of him, just getting into turn 1, so I think Cat's got a lot of work to do if he wants to get in front and then get another 3 seconds to get a podium. I mean, Lennon's tyres are going to wear out in around 5 laps. That will open up an opportunity for Cat, but at that point I believe Lennon would have reaped the rewards of using that soft tyre and being on the alternate strategy.
Well, I think everyone inside the top 5 besides Zumpy has a 3-second penalty, or at least 1 penalty. So position at the end of this race might not be as the same at the moment.
They might not be. That's if Lennon stays within within the 3 seconds that he has to Panda. I mean, he is gaining a bit. He has gained about 2/10 in the last few corners. He lit up the time and sheets with the fastest sector 2.
Switchback is hanging on to that car through that fast S section, but he is catching Catmy's. Catmy's has lost 3 seconds to Lennon.
It just shows the amount of grip that Lennon's got on that set of soft tyres. And I don't know if Catmy's might have a slight bit of damage or something with the contact he had onto the podium. As we do know, it can show as like a very light green, and it won't actually show up on the car model that he's got damage. So it's something to think about, but I doubt he's got damage. So it is interesting to see why Cat's now dropped to 4.4 behind
because
Lennon.
Cat's going out to the Donzo turn one. Donzo's braked very late. Still has the inside next to Cat's trying the outside.
He's going for the switchback.
Gets
Donzo is.
done.
Actually, Donzo's still in.
DRS.
Yeah, I think Donzo just using that wide nature of the track to hit the brakes as late as he could and just let the car roll around the outside. I mean, it's a tactic that I've not seen being used a lot tonight. I mean, last season when I commentated for F2, there was not a lot of it. Obviously, someone would go for the inside, and the guy defending was using the outside line, was hitting the brakes as long as possible, using that wide nature of the track to get around. But switchbacks past Cat.
But I think Cat is doing what he normally does and trying to play around with the DRS zone, so he's dropped behind before DRS detection.
It does seem like a sound tactic, but put into the context that he's dropped to 6.9 seconds, or sorry, 6.7 seconds behind Lennon, it does show a bit of concern for the pace he's got, because it's not
Cat is straight past on DRS.
The DRS is quite strong.
A little bit of contact there on the straight, which seems a bit awkward, but
Cat trying to push his way back on the racing line, it looks. We can't allow the DRS to the second zone, so there's not much switchback can do to attack it. So I think that'll be a good one to keep an eye on. Lennon 1.3 behind Panda, so it's getting very close.
Indeed, as AJ's just made his way past Lee.
Leon,
Leon 11 lap old medium tyres now.
Yeah,
just trying to make it to the finish, I think.
Yeah, AJ's now closing up to the back of Panda, and so is Lee. I don't know where Lee J come from, but I don't know at all. I just merged the two together.
They're in parties together and they're good mates, so...
Well, they should name the party to that now, shouldn't they? Lee J's party.
Yeah, Katamise is braking, trying to get switchback to go in front of him for the DRS zone.
This reminds me an awful lot of Canada, I think 2013, with Alonso and Hamilton, where both of them broke before the detection point for the DRS, just trying to get that advantage that the DRS provides, especially on such a long straight like this.
Yeah,
it's gone, switch back.
3 seconds of that lap.
Yeah,
just playing City Hookers.
I mean, the gap that Lennon has been pulling in the first place, I don't really see there being any hope for them anyway. With Lennon just being lightning so far, he's 7/10 behind Panda. So that soft tyre is definitely doing its job for him.
Panda's gained half a second on Zumpy this lap, but Lennon is on the back of Panda now.
So any time that Panda's gaining, Lennon starting a battle is probably going to cost him that time.
Well,
so it's shaping up to be interesting.
A Megalon left shot is right behind Bonzo now.
Yeah, so he will be close to sizing up a move as Lee gets a 3-second penalty. We'll pop back on with Cat and Switchback. We don't see any games between DRS right now. So we'll see how powerful this will be for Cat. Ross is trying to move on Donzo, but it didn't quite work out for him. So hop on board with Switchback and Cat. Doesn't look like Cat can do much into turn 1.
He's going to try it.
Yeah, he's hitting the brakes late. Going to have Switchback holding that outside line, but he's still going to be vulnerable into turn 4.
In the meantime, Lennon's got past Panda at the second DRS zone.
He has indeed. That's Lennon now into P2 with the superior grip. Clearly that's Katame's past Switchback. So Switchback should still... Oh, he's fighting. He's trying to run outside the 7 and 8. So Switchback definitely not giving in. Trying to hold as close to Katame as he can. Well, Lennon doesn't seem...
held on to Lennon.
I was going to say, Lennon doesn't seem to have pulled out an awful lot from from Panda.
Panda defending from Lee, who's got AJ right in the back of him.
He does indeed, but this battle between Katame and Switchback is still raging on. So, ooh, switch back. I don't know if he was late on the brakes, but it looked like he was going for the inside of the final corner. Don't quite know what happened there. It's lost him a couple tenths. He's now 7 tenths on the DRS straight. So there's not much switchback can do. The gap is far too big.
Lee's down the inside of Agent Panda into the stadium section.
There he is on the inside of the hairpin. As AJ nearly made a bit of contact with the back of him. As switchback gets a 2 seconds. Yeah, it's shaping up to be good. Lee Hall straight to the inside. So Lee's definitely trying to cut that toe, and I'm pretty surprised that Panda's not getting into that slipstream. So single, that was close.
Yeah, you were the overspeed into turn 1.
Yeah, I think Agent Panda's a little bit of an indecision on the racing line. Definitely scared AJ a little bit, so good job on no contact. Lennon gets a 2-second penalty.
Agent Panda's made a good back in front of Lee, but those two are battling.
Switchback still a few tenths behind Catmees, and I think Switchback does have an extra penalty to Cat. So I think even if Switchback gets past Catmees, with the way they're battling on the second to last lap, it won't be enough for him to gain that extra 3 seconds. So I think it might be Catmees in 4th and Switchback in 5th.
Well, that battle for 11th place has got a new member on the podium who's joined in, and AJ managed to break himself coming into the stadium section.
Yeah, a bit of contact with Catmees caused onto the podium to lose both end plates on his front wing. Dropped him straight down the order of the grid, and he's on a fight back. So he's already on the inside of Lennon. We haven't even got to the DRS point. So
Ross is weaving in a straight line with nobody anywhere near him. So I'm not sure if he's got a wheel issue or if he's just waving to the crowd. But
probably trying to get a bit of tyre temperature in. So, but I guess we'll never know. Now onto the podium, he's right on the back of Agent Panda. Whoa, he's on the inside. What's happened?
FTRL Panda nearly spun into the pit lane off the last corner. Trying to get the best exit he could. Well, Catmees is now driving at 40 miles an hour through the stadium section.
He's desperate for that DRS. Yeah, Catmees being Catmees, trying to play his games. That's putting him under a lot of threat in the final lap from Switchback.
To put it into context, he's lost 17.5 seconds to Lennon to go past.
So Switchback is momentarily up in front. He's holding around the outside of 1. We'll see who gets the better exit. Switchback is a little bit sideways. See, he is still going to have that DRS, and he's holding the inside line, it looks, and Catmees trying to find any which way possible to get his car next to Switchback, but it is tapping. It's getting close between the two. Cat finding a way to be on the inside. Don't know how he's managing that. Just not leaving much room. So as Catmees back up into P4. I don't think there's much he can, Switchback can do. The Zumpy has crossed the line and he's first place. With Lennon taking P2, with Panda in P3. So a very good fight back from Lennon. He gained 12 positions. Catmees sideways, that Switchback gone. She's under threat of actually losing 5th to be. Oh no! Did you see that, Paul? Oh no, poor Switchback. Oh no.
Keep it down.
You want to laugh, but it's so. Oh no. There's Goikov coming through for P9. And onto the podium, coming through into P10. Agent Panda is going to be 11th. With Lee in 12th and AJ in P13. Oh no. I honestly, I want to laugh, but I also feel very bad for him in the same way.
Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you try and keep a cool head after you've had a collision, because just trying to get back around as fast as possible just clipped the wall and the wheel fell off.
That sums up Switchback's luck, doesn't it? That's very unfortunate for him. Well, he is the one positive that can come out of it is he is going to have a higher grid position for the next race.
I mean, he will be starting on the front row, so
Yeah,
all is not lost just yet.
just yeah. Donzo looks to be the only person that got through that race without a penalty.
He is very, very good at not getting a penalty, Donzo. I remember commentating on him for the last couple of seasons, and he's always up there with. I think he went a full season without getting a penalty. So yeah, he's very good at it.
Having a quick look through the race director, it looks there's a hell of a lot of warnings. It looks like I think Donzo actually mightn't have even had a warning. Oh yeah, one warning I think. Okay, yeah, 2 warnings. Okay, I thought Donzo went through for a flawless race for a minute. I was thinking, hey, good on you, mate, but unfortunately, just a couple warnings. He managed to keep it without a penalty, so impressive nonetheless, especially with a track of this nature. But Germany!
Lennon's already figured it out that yes, yet again he will be starting second last.
I mean, second last has treated them fairly well tonight, so we'll see.
I mean, he's hoping it rains just or something happens.
Now, I do want to mention, one of the last times it rained in Germany, someone's car ended up upside down in the sky, so I don't know if we want rain. So that has happened before. It was on 2018 we had rain around here, and someone decided they were gonna get a bit of airtime, not only on stream but literally in air. So we will see what happens. There always is the possibility for a wet race. I think the evil part of me is hoping for it.
Well, I mean, how is Matt going to handle the pressure of starting from pole? Obviously didn't do too many laps in that race. I think he only managed it half around the first lap. So he's coming into this one a bit cold. Everyone else has had a full race stint on them.
It's going to be a bit more difficult for him. He is going to have that added pressure of having a lot of people behind him. So we'll see how he does. Each race is a learning curve. So I expect that he'll be learning stuff as he goes on. I think he'll just help him out each race.
So, Germany. How do you go around Germany?
It's not the easiest track. I mean, that's the final sector, with the fact that it's very twisty and turny. There's a lot of traction zones, and I have a history around here. I mean, when I was your teammate on 2018, my screen froze, and then the next minute I was sideways after the final corner in a barrier. So I think that's enough said about that. I don't have the best history here.
I think I started my league racing career at Germany in 2016. So yeah, way back when, before I was washed up.
I'm making no comments.
But no, to be fair, I have had some good races around Germany. I know 2017 I won a race around here. That'll be a driver by the name of Goodaids, who was very quick. That felt good, because I started last, as I normally do, because I can't qualify.
Yeah, it's once you get qualifying down, it makes the races a fair bit more promising.
But it is a track that opens itself up to some overtaking opportunities, especially with that hairpin.
Yeah, it does, especially with the fact that the DRS straight's massive. Kind of like the back straight for, I believe, Mexico, which you've just been at. My memory loss is already kicking in. We all know what happens when you've got a Scouse in memory. It doesn't really end well, does it? So yeah, another long backstreet with DRS, like Mexico. Okay, I got my words out properly. So it does open up a lot of opportunities for an overtake around here. And especially, we do indeed. A bit disappointing for me. I was hoping for a wet one. I think I'm one of those people who just wants to watch the world burn. Just hopes for all the rain to make everything harder.
But got Max in the chat saying, yo, evening. I hope you haven't had too much to drink just yet, Max.
Well, I don't know about that. He's probably had a few cans. I mean, if it was yeah.
Go.
I was gonna say, if it was Ravens that asked someone of the Mexican.
It was indeed, and that was Jamie.
So luckily we don't have him on comms tonight.
I mean,
was he behind?
Thank God.
Yeah. If you ask him, he was saying, "You don't sound Mexican."
Yeah, with Germany, turn 1 can be an issue, especially for corner cutting or track exceeding track limits. Even if you put in the right way, that would be good as a commentator. Be able to speak English.
Yeah, if you do want to use as much of the track as you can without cutting it and then not going wide to completely ruin your lap. Because if you do go too wide, you run the risk of spinning. But we'll see.
I've done a lot of league races around here, and a lot of them have had Lennon in, and I know for a fact that he doesn't like turn 1 around here. So.
We'll see. This might be a new Lennon. He's not done a few races for a while, so I mean he did just get P2, so we could see Lennon be an absolute unit, and who knows, maybe improve on it and get a race win. You never know.
I doubt it.
I mean, he's on a set of mediums. He was on a set of mediums last race, so it opens up opportunities for him if he tries to run a similar strategy. I mean, Panzer will know about that.
The fact he's on the same tyres is like saying that the Pope's still Catholic. Like, of course he is. Right?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know the Jew was the Pope was Catholic.
But no, Lennon always tries to start on the harder compound, like literally always. When Lee is backing up the field from 3rd place,
it's Lee. It's predictive.
I mean, to be fair, that might be Lee's optimum pace. I'm not sure.
Well, sometimes his optimum pace leads him in a circle.
Well, City Porsche rode in and he's voted for Lee to win the race.
Well, someone's doing my jinxing for me.
But we'll go with it.
I mean, it's a slight bit embarrassing that I got the Pope's religion mixed up for the moment, but yeah, that happens. It happens, doesn't it?
What do our quick boys at the back do off the line?
So 5 red lights are out and we are to go. It's a good start from Liko. He's around the outside of Matt on the run down into turn 1. That's him up into P2. He'll be looking to get the inside, the switch back into 2nd. He's got a better run than him. He is holding back. He'll be looking for that slipstream into the wall. That is Goikarp's gone full Goi, and it's led him in the wrong direction, unfortunately. He's got no front wing. He'll have to pop back into the pits. Something's gone on with Panzer. I don't know if there was something with Panzer and Lennon, because Panzer let Lennon through coming out to turn 2. So I don't quite know what that was for. We shall see. Oh, that's on. I think that was Katamis, right down the very inside of the hairpin. I mean, we've got 3 wide on the exit between.
Oh, there's some wing.
Oh, that's Ross. I thought that was Lee for a moment. Hang on, that is Ross. He's got a bit of damage on the right side of his front wing as he's got Goikarp making his way through. So let's see if we got any side. Oh, that's Katamis. I thought he was looking to go side by side with Panzer into that fast right-hander for sector 3.
Onto the podium, got wing damage.
Onto the podium, has wing damage.
Does indeed.
It's not a good start from him. He's been turned around by Agent Panzer. That's contact with Brutus. No.
I mean, that is one way to get into the pit lane.
Yep. So that's I don't quite know what happened there. There was just a little tap at the back and the car got very unstable. So unfortunate for Brutus, he's now got to get a new front wing. So we got Ross putting on a new wing as well. He's rocking a set of medium tyres, while Cat and Brutus are putting on a set of hard tyres. They'll be going to the end of the race, provided they don't get wing damage.
Cat is made it up to 4th place.
I was going to say, we're very wide on the exit of the hairpin. He was all 4 tyres on the curb. He's right up the back of Matt. That's not the spot to go.
Switchback has made his break. He's 2.2 seconds in front of the lead.
Yeah, Switchback managing to pull a decent gap.
That is a loud bird. Shut up! Sorry. There's a bird out my window.
Yeah, he just got Dr. Doolittle in with us doing comms tonight. I forgot about that. He talks to birds.
Switchback obviously setting the fastest lap at the end of lap 2 because he was the first person over the line.
Well, onto the podiums just got past Nexus Cats. And if I didn't know any better, with you, the fact that you can talk to birds, I wouldn't be surprised if you were the tweeting I hear outside my window over morning.
What Cat means has got past Matt.
He has, that is Matt up in Cat up into P3. Matt's still very close behind, so we might be looking to gain position again into the hairpin. He's going to be around the outside. Well, not quite able to get his way past Cat.
Right, but Cat gets the move done, nice and simple.
That is Cat up into P3. We've got Zumpwa in P5. That's contact between Cat and Matt. So that is Matt with a bit of wing damage.
It is indeed. Coming to the stadium section, probably the worst time to have it.
Yeah, stadium section needs all the downforce you can get, and when you lose part of your wing, you lose part of the downforce. Zumpy's got his way around the outside of Matt. He's now up to P4. He'll be looking to get his way past the Catamies in a minute.
Oh, well, Matt has not pitted, so he's staying out with that wing damage.
Just making things even harder for him. That's AJ on the grass outside the final corner, so I thought he was going to lose the car, swipe across and end somebody's race for a minute. I was very close. A fantastic job from AJ to keep the car facing north.
I think there might have been a bit of contact between AJ and Landon coming off that last corner.
Yeah, Donzo's around the outside of AJ on the straight. There's not much AJ can do to defend that.
Having a look at Lennon. No, Lennon breaks later.
Lennon defending his P5 so far. Pounds will be trying to find a way around. We've got Donzo running a bit wide in the background. So that's getting close between Panda and Lennon. The Panda's all over the back of him.
But Switchback has checked out in a 5-second gap to late.
Yeah, he's doing really well so far, Switchback. 4 laps in with a 5.5 second gap to Leakhall. Leakhall's probably got a bit of a nosebleed right now. He's very high up. He's doing well.
I mean, it's about time, but yeah.
Well, you did get a podium at Austria, so.
I mean, Catamy and lead just didn't turn for turn 1. Well, Catamy is getting a penalty, but he is right inside the DRS range of Lee now.
He is very close. So he will be looking to try and get something done into the hairpin. The DRS is powerful around here. But Donzo's made his way past Agent Panther.
Agent Panther. Catamy makes the move on Lee into the hairpin.
Yep.
Was a little deep.
This scene is fairly straightforward. Yeah. That is Lee Cole down into P3. The battle between Donzo and Agent Panda carries on. Agent Panda tried to make an attack again, but couldn't quite make it work. It seems like Donzo is up into P8, and it looks like he's going to be staying there for a bit.
So FTRL Panda has got past Lennon and there's a purple sector 2 on this lap.
So Panda showing some good pace. We've got Switchback further extending that gap. It's 6.3 seconds to Catamese. So we shall see. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That's not
Zach.
Oh no. What was that one? Oh, it's so unfortunate for Switchback. It's not been a good night for him, has it?
Well, Zumpy's got past late in the DRS to turn 3 or 4. Yeah,
Well, unfortunately, Switchback has checked out of this race, but not in the way he would have hoped. That's going to promote everybody up a position.
Panda versus Lee for P3, these two teammates on GT Sport, but that means there's nothing here in F1.
I think when Aaron watches this stream, he'll be jumping for joy with Switchback's misfortune. So that's Katami's in the lead, unfortunately. We've got Zumpy only 7 tenths behind him. So we'll be looking to try and find a way through.
Well, we've got a 5-car train for the lead, basically.
We do indeed. Should be some good battle.
Everyone's coming into the pit lane, besides Lennon, who's on the medium.
We have Lee and Panda popping into the pits. Panda hitting the brake and the gas. Trying to figure out where that the end point for the entry is. So let's see. Can he come out in front of Lee? Not quite. I don't know if he got held up a little in the pits there, so I was driving past.
I say Zumpy's dropped back behind Lee and Panda.
He has. So he's lost a lot of time in the pits. His fight for the lead has been postponed so far. Lennon is currently in the lead with a 14.7 second gap. He hasn't pitted in, he's been running this medium tyre for the whole race so far. I expect he'll be pitting in at around lap 10. We've got Brutus on a 5-lap old set of hard tyres. That's the same with Matt, who's actually just got past Nexus Cats. But Cats is still trying to find a way back through. Matt is defensive down inside the hairpin. Is that Cats trying to go for a switchback? It doesn't quite look like it.
Fresh medium tyres compared to 5-lap old hard tyres, there's only going to be one winner.
Yeah, not much you could do there. That is Matt up into P11.
Well, Panda lost a second and a half in pits to Lee, but he's caught that back up and he's back inside the DRS range of Lee, starting the lap 8. Yeah,
so we've got about 9 laps to go. Oh, he closed up quite quick to Lee, and if he can get past Lee on the next DRS rate, I don't think an overtake is up on the cards for this point of the lap. Thought he was getting close there. So I think he'll be overtaken into the hairpin, and it'll be a matter of how quick can Panda catch up to Katami's. Because I think he'll be a battle for the net win between these two, Katami's and Panda.
It's a 4-second gap, he's got to close down. We've seen him do it before, Panda. Can you do it again today?
Yeah, he was raging last week with a double win, so I expect he'll be showing some of that pace tonight, trying to make his way up to Katami's.
Nexus Cats and Matt.
The battle ensues.
Done into the hairpin this time. Yeah. As Roy has also done the same to AJ behind.
So Matt looking for the inside, not quite. He goes a little deep. So that won't be helping matters for him.
Agent Panda is closing down Brutus. Brutus is on 6-lap old hard tyres after pitting early. Agent Panda come fresh up the pits, 2-lap old medium, just closing him down. He's in DRS range.
He's doing a very good job so far. He is only 7 tenths behind, so it's looking good for him. Agent Panda's closed in 6 tenths to Cat. Not Agent Panda, FTRL Panda.
I was going to say FTRL Panda just set fastest lap. Those pandas are getting good.
Yeah, they're chasing the bamboo.
It's not very often you see a quick panda. Like, normally pandas are a slow animal, but in F1 cars they're fairly quick.
Yeah, I think we know what to do with pandas now. Give them a car, see what they can do. Could make a sport out of it. So it's only 3.2 separating Cat and Panda.
Well, Matt and Nexus Cat have swapped places again at the hairpin.
Yeah, the battle's not stopping between them. It's
Oh,
Goikop on
Goy's.
Cats.
I was like, Goy had a fantastic run out the hairpin.
Yeah, we'll see what Goi can do because he's quite close to the back of Nexus Cats.
Lennon is in pit lane.
He is. I noticed a little bit of NASCAR you're bringing in there. I think it is.
Oh, he's side by side with Panda coming into turn 2.
We shall see. Like, Panda is not quite past, but will he have DRS? Yeah, he has got to the detection point, so yep, he'll have DRS. It should be a fairly straightforward move into the hairpin, but that fresh set of softs will have good traction for him.
So Lennon trying around the outside. He needs to get this place back and push on with these soft tyres. He's trying to hold it round the outside. He's got the better traction.
I must say, if any of these want to go for the win, they've really got to work with each other right now to close down that 2.5 second gap to Cats.
Side by side, Lennon gets the inside.
So that's Lennon doing a great job to defend P2. He's held Panda back, and now we'll see what he can do with that soft tyre to get up to Cats.
If any car in the grid can catch Cat, it will be Lennon on the soft tyre. But I mean, Panda has closed 1.3 seconds since it got past Lee.
Even with the fact that Lennon and Panda have just been fighting, Lennon still gained 6/10 this lap. So that's just showing the amount of grip that soft tyre is bringing him. He's set the fastest third sector. So Lennon is looking fairly well.
Mike in the chat saying Panda for the win. Oh, he's got his work cut out now that he's behind a soft shod Renault. Renault for Red Bull.
So we've got Panda in P3 and then we've got Zumpy in P4. So if Zumpy can catch up to him, he might be able to extend that championship lead by only by a point, but it's still extending the lead nonetheless.
Lennon's caught Cat.
Yeah, he's 6/10 behind him already. So Cat's he's got way cut out for him if he wants to hold position. We all know Cat will do anything to hold his position.
Goy's trying to get the move done on Matt. Matt went late on the brakes, and Goy has got the switchback coming out of the hairpin.
Yeah, good overtake from Goy. That's got him up into P11. That will be currently 9 points for him if he finishes where he is now. Well, Katamise and Lennon. Lennon a 10.5 out the final corner. He's right up the back into turn 1. So you just got to be careful with turn 1 with that idiot. Yeah.
He had the run into turn 1 but pulled back from the move.
Yeah, it's extremely dangerous going for a move through there, I think. He's got his thinking cap on tonight, Lennon. He decides to back out and he'll use the DRS to find a way through with the hairpin.
I mean, it's probably a good thing he's got it on. It's the first time since I've known him in 4 years he's got it on. So
I think he might have just bought it today.
Both of them go very deep into the hairpin. It's allowing Panda to catch you up.
Katami is trying around the outside. It will lead to the inside. But Lennon's run them both wide.
I think that was a case of Katami's turning in before Lennon, trying to make some sort of corner, but Lennon's got the run though. Coming into the stadium.
Oh, side by side for the right-hander. The tensions are now rising. It's getting close between the two. Yeah, Panda's going to make his presence known. He's going to try and get P2 off Cat. All this going on will let Zumpy get into things.
Just overtaken Ross. P7 went to the stadium section.
Yeah, though that's Ross kicking up in a bit of grass on the exit, on the entry to that flowing left-hander. But he's going to go very deep then, maybe pull off for Sebastian Vettel, but not quite. He's managed to keep the car in a fairly decent shape.
But Lennon is still within DRS range. Katami's is closing.
Oh, Panda is also closing, so he's going to be someone that Cat's got to look for. The car diving down the inside.
There's contact.
Yeah, things are starting to get very heated between the two of them.
Lennon's been given a very harsh penalty. He got pushed off track and got a penalty for it. Yeah.
So it's I thought Katami was about to get to sideline in front of Panda for a moment. Thought you were going to have an
I was going to
incident.
say, if you're Panda now, what do? You're fighting for a championship and you've got this wall in front of you of Lennon and Cat.
Well, looking at things the way they are, it's getting very heated between Lennon and Cat. And this could end up in an incident, possibly. So I don't think Panda wants to go and stick his nose in at any given moment, because something could kick off and then it could either turn him around, which it wouldn't take him off the race necessarily.
Panda lifted into turn 1, Catamese kept his foot in it, went wide, and it's getting right on the back of Lennon.
Yeah, I don't think Panda's going to want to make a rash move. It could end up with him in a spin. Wing damage, that'll obviously it'll knock him down with the other
defending
points.
the inside. Catamese is trying to squeeze him to the inside.
Doesn't want to risk having a crash because that'll give Zumpy a massive lead. He's getting close with them.
If that was any other driver, that would have been 3 wide. Panda had the best run.
Okay, he's on the outside of Lennon. Dude, this is a situation of Panda's stuck behind this battle that's not calming down, and he's got to try and figure out.
Zumpy is coming quick. It was 2 seconds at the start of this lap. It's now 1.1.
Zumpy's hunting them down. He's got that Joe's music on in the background, so it's gonna be a 4-way battle for the lead in a moment, and this just puts even more pressure on Panda that he's gonna have to deal with.
I was going to say that championship battle you don't really want to think about is about to be shown right in Panda's face. There's nothing about it. Zumpy is the man he's challenging, and now he's right there. He's in DRS range of this trio.
He is. So he will be closing up a fair bit on the straight. He'll have that nice DRS for an extra boost in straight line speed. So I'll hopefully gain a couple of times.
What the standings look like. Well, before these 2 races, I think Zumpy and Panda were equal on points at the top.
They were equal at 174.
Oh, Matt's retired at turn 1. He's done
Lennon's down the inside, Lennon. Cat. Oh, he's switched for that late move to the inside. Yeah. Lennon's.
Carter for the lead. This is.
Gotta say, Lennon's the Royal Mail today. He just keeps licking the stamp and sending it on Cat.
Oh, Zumpy clipped that inside curve at the stadium. With real well not to spin.
Yeah, those curves around here can definitely unsettle the car. He's done a good job to hold it in a straight line. So Catamese looked like he cut the face corner just a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if that resulted in just in a warning. So Cat has to be a little bit careful with those track limits. It can cost him a podium if he gets too many. So lap 16 of 17, and this battle for the win is between 4 drivers, and it's not calming down anytime soon.
Cat to the inside.
On the inside, there's contact under brakes. Lennon's trying some way around the outside.
Oh, there's more contact. Lennon's got another penalty for being pushed out wide. Panda inside of Lennon.
Oh, but Lennon's going to be on the inside of Cat. Cat turns across. Cat wide.
Zumpy's on the outside of Panda. Oh wow.
Zumpy trying to find his way around.
Well, both Panda and Lennon have got no ERS left between them.
Yeah, their ERS is gone. Lennon's on 17%, Panda's on 11%. We've got Cat on 46% and Zumpy on 80%. So Zumpy, if he wants to gain a podium, he's got to turn that ERS up and see if he can do something on this lap.
So Panda's had the best run of the front 3 through turn 1.
So this will be the most tense point of the race. It's the last lap, the battle's raging on with them. It's only half a second between Lennon and Cat. Lennon's on 3% ERS, Cat's on 14%.
Getting on Panda with the ERS he's got left.
Cat's cut across in front of Lennon.
Oh, that looked nasty.
Oh, yeah.
The 3 wide.
Oh, that's Panda up in the lead.
Catamese is in a banging wheels in a straight line.
Yeah, a lot of banging between the two of them. Oh, Zumpi's on the outside of Lennon.
Outside of Lennon in the stadium section. It's a ballsy move. He's held it.
Good overtake from Zumpy. But it's looking like Panda might get a race win. From P3 to P1 on the final lap. So good job as Panda takes the race win. We've got Katamies in P2. That's Zumpwa in P2 now in terms of penalties. Lennon run out of fuel. He's in P4. With Brutus P5 with Lee Cole very close behind. We've got Megatron Leshat, aka Ross. He's coming across the line for P7. He's a little bit of a wave. Think he's happy with that. Donzo in P8. Guicarp. Oh, actually, no, Donzo's in P7. Guicarp in P9 with Agent Panda in 10th. Then it should be Nexus Cat 11th with OTP in 12th and AJ in P13.
Oh, just a quick shout out to Goy because he got out on the grass early, he got wing damage early, pitted lap 1 and fought back into the top 10.
Yes, definitely a good race from AJ. Think he'll be happy with that. So a good job from Guicarp tonight. Definitely a good job from Panda. He came from obviously fairly far down the grid to get to P1 in the final lap. He got past both Lennon and Katamies as well. Things got a little bit explosive. So yeah, have fun with the student tonight, Paul.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. But
I wish you luck, and I'm glad I'm not doing the job. So, a quick little run through again of the final race positions. We have Panda in P1 with Zumpy in P2. Zumpy takes the championship lead as he was a good few positions in front of Panda in race 1. We have Katamies in P3 an explosive battle with Lennon who's in P4 for like the last 7 laps. So, think things might be called into steward inquiries tonight, you never know. We've got Brutus in P5, a good job from him, came from P4. Lee Cole went from P3 to P6. I went the cause of his jinx tonight, luckily. Donzo in P7 with Ross in P8. Guicarp had a bad start of the race but fought back to get P9, so a fantastic job from him. Agent Panda onto the podium, rounding out the top 10. Wasn't the best of races for him tonight. We have Agent Panda in P11 with AJ 12, Nessus Cats 13th with Matt 14th and Switchback 15th, who both crashed out. It's an unfortunate race tonight for Switchback. He crashed out of the lead unfortunately, and but the way things were between Panda and between Katamies and Lennon, they could have helped him out even more if he didn't have that unfortunate mistake.
Yeah, and the worst thing for Switchback is he was hosting the lobby, so he's had to sit there and watch everybody else drive around. So yeah,
I have a feeling he didn't watch it. So someone's going to need to give him strength. So a good couple of races tonight. That battle definitely had my heart rate quite high. I was expecting a massive crash, but somehow that didn't happen. So good job to them on that aspect. So next race, tomorrow we will have the GT2 lads. I don't exactly know what tracks they will be driving on because the battery on my phone has run out and that's what I have the calendar on. That will be commentated on by, I believe, yourself and somebody else. I'm not entirely sure.
In theory.
That's up. Yeah, that's up in the air so far. So we might have you on comms tomorrow night. So Friday at 8 o'clock we will have Switchback doing comms for the GT1 lads on Gran Turismo. And next Tuesday there will be the Nations Cup Series on Gran Turismo Sport as well. 5 teams of 3 drivers all split up into their respective countries. So that is definitely a great concept and it should be interesting in terms of the racing. And next week the drivers are going to be tackling Singapore. So that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it?
It is indeed. That's a long race, Singapore. Oh no.
It's a it's a long lap, and I think it's probably around 15 laps, 16. So it's going to be it's the longest race of the season. We'll put it like
I
that.
hope it doesn't rain.
Oh, I hope it does. Make things so interesting. Singapore's my favourite track, and I love it when it rains. So I think it'll make things fairly interesting. For those who have watched through from the start to beginning, thank you. If you came in halfway through, yet again, thank you for watching. This has been round 13 and 14 of the F1 Championship, and thanks for watching.